The Steven Wilson Backlash. A couple of weeks ago, January the 29th, 2021, Steven Wilson released his new album, The Future Bites. The record has divided Wilson's fans down the middle. It's pretty much 50-50 as far as I can see. But many criticise the musical direction Wilson has taken. He's now embracing dance, electronica and pop. Those criticising the album feel that Wilson has forsaken progressive music. He's sold them out. As far as I can see, Mr. Wilson is a progressive rock musician. So, what is progressive rock? Progressive music. The dictionary defines progression as happening or developing gradually in stages, engaging in or constituting forward motion. So progressive rock for me means going forward, exploring new ideas. Remember, the early pioneers of prog rock, Genesis, Floyd, Toll, Yes, were all about going forward, exploring new territories, pushing the boundaries. Steven Wilson. One of the most magical things about music is its ability to evolve and constantly reinvent itself. Wilson also says that he wanted to get out of his comfort zones, that conceptual rock thing which he's done for years. And also he found that his guitar playing had become a kind of musical cul-de-sac. He'd done everything, explored every idea. There was nothing new happening. Therefore, he wrote most of the songs on this record on keyboards, electronic keyboards. Even the few guitar solos on The Future Bites are very electronically treated. Very abstract, very Robert Fripp-esque. He worked with David Coston, one of the UK's most sonically adventurous producers. He says, "I wanted to make an album that sounds like it could only be made right now." So, you may like the new record, you may not. But one thing I will say, this new step for Wilson, given his track record, will only be the beginning. I feel he will continue to explore and push the boundaries, and for that he should be proud. But rock music's history is packed with musicians who stepped out of their comfort zones. Bob Dylan, when he decided to move away from acoustic folk music and go electric, was declared a traitor and was given dog's abuse at his live performances. David Bowie, when he waved goodbye to Ziggy Stardust and moved into Plastic Soul, lost an army of fans here in the UK. Joni Mitchell in 1976 found that she couldn't get rock session musicians to play the music she was creating and moved into the world of jazz. In doing so, she created her own unique hybrid of jazz rock, and the albums that came out of that move are now regarded as the finest of her career. And just going back to the world of prog rock, it's when bands like Yes, Toll, Genesis started to lose their way, when they stopped experimenting and progressing. The only band who has never stopped progressing and exploring new ideas are King Crimson, who would still be performing today if we could have any live music. And prog rock today is filled with new bands doing the same old, endless solos, endless time changes, treading the same old worn out paths. Great musicians, but not for me. What did Ian Anderson say? The same performance in the same old way. It's the same old story to this passion play. Don't get me wrong, there are a few bands, a very few bands, that are out there exploring new ideas and new textures, but very few. So to sum up, I think it's a very brave, bold attempt by Steven Wilson to move forward. And as I've said earlier, when you move forward, when you change in rock music, not everybody likes it, not everybody stays with you. But then if you were to do the same old thing over and over again, fans desert you then anyway. But one thing I'd bet money on, when it's time for him to release his next album, we shall find that he won't have stood still. Thank you for listening. I'd love to hear your comments on this controversial album. Please put them in the comment section below. And stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.